Welcome back to Tipping Point. I'm your host, Kara McKinney. Online porn and endless scrolling through social media is now affecting even the most remote parts of the globe thanks to the internet. Elon Musk accomplished great work in connecting a reclusive tribe in the Amazon forest of Brazil, the Marabo tribe, which has about 2,000 members, to the internet with his Starlink services. But unfortunately, this tool, which was supposed to be about connecting the tribe to the outside world in the event of an emergency, is now wreaking havoc on a peoples not used to having every vice and degeneracy at the push of a button. Tribe elders say public displays of affection are greatly discouraged in their society, and so now young men are watching porn all day through their new digital devices and are being exposed to shameful kinks and fetishes, which the elders fear could lead to sexual assault against females in the tribe, as sexual aggression is already starting to rise. And they also worry about the effect being online all the time will have on family and communal relations, as tribe members talk less and stare at their screens more. This is yet another case study in the importance of virtue and ethics and on how easy it is to lose both, as we've already done in our country. But while that battle may have been lost, that war isn't quite over. Joining us now to discuss is John Schweppe, the Director of Policy and Government Affairs for the American Principles Project. John, thanks for being here tonight.
Thanks for having me, Kara.
Great. So that big social experiment went about as well as you'd expect, right?
Yeah, I mean, the internet is just about, connectivity and information, having an encyclopedia at our fingertips. But no, we've actually noticed here in America, doing this social media experiment, doing the whole, being on the internet 8 hours a day, what happens with that? And we're seeing the results. And now I think it's just brilliant to see this tribe going through the same thing, kind of at rapid speed, right? But, look, this is why we got to protect our kids. What I think about all the time is, I'm broken, right? I'm 36 years old. I have my cell phone. I'm addicted to it. I sports bet on my phone. You probably can't save me at this point, but my kids, they're not getting screen time, right? We're going to do everything we can. But we need to do that as policy, right? We shouldn't be allowing kids to access porn before 18. That's actually insane. We shouldn't be allowing them to endlessly scroll on social media. That's insane. And I think the sooner we figure this out, the better.
I think so as well, and you're so right. I know there's actually a lot of tech moguls, those who make all their money in the sector, and yet when it comes to their own children, they send them to fancy schools where they don't have the tablets. It's funny, right, that it's actually the impoverished schools that cater to kids who are lower on the socioeconomic totem pole. Those are the ones who have the screens in their faces all day long. They're the ones getting the computers, the laptops, the tablets, and you would think, well, isn't that fancier? Isn't that better? But no, it has, like we're talking about, a huge detriment. It has a huge negative impact on young people. And so those in the tech world who know better, because that's what they live and breathe, that's what they sell to make money, they don't want their own kids hooked to the internet, to online screens, to any of that. And I think that's a lesson for all of us. But when it comes to, as you're talking about policy here in America, it should be so simple, right? We should all say, yeah, porn companies are bad, especially when it harms kids. Let's protect kids. But that conversation becomes very difficult. You see a lot of people, it's weird to me. I don't know why people, their names and faces want to come out and say, yes, I love porn and I'm going to fight to the death. I don't care, to make sure we can all watch it for as long as we want. I don't care what kids get hurt in the process. That still boggles my mind that people just freely, we need to bring back shame culture, first of all. But, these tribe elders, though, because like you said, with the rapidity of which it's happening, they say this is bad. We need to pump the brakes here. This isn't good for our tribe. And yet, how come here in America, it seems that same conversation is so much harder to have, and you get so many people giving such great pushback to it?
Well, because a lot of those people giving pushback are funded by tech companies. I mean, ultimately, that's what it comes down to, is these 5 or 6 powerful tech companies have complete control over our politics. But, ultimately, I think obviously there's the obscenity, the degeneracy. We have to be worried about that. But we've even seen studies that show that the internet and free access to information is actually harmful to brain development and your ability to read and, all sorts of different things, where kids who are exposed to screens don't have the same recall ability that kids who learn without a screen culture